Welcome. Hashtag TheVersaShow is part of an entertainment podcast that exercises our freedom of speech. Our conversations, opinions, debate on a certain topic is not to offend anyone in any source. For that being said, enjoy the show.
Yo, what's happening, ladies and gentlemen? What is happening? And welcome to another special edition here on Hashtag TheVersaShow. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Listen, I know I've been gone for so long. I know I've been gone, but listen, you should make sure that you do these three things. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and you press that bell at the same time. Oh, listen, ladies and gentlemen, listen, I'm so sorry that I took a long, huge hiatus break, but listen, I'm here, so I'm so sorry. But the verse is here, ladies and gentlemen. But hold on, before we even talk about me returning back here on Hashtag TheVersaShow, thanks to people that have been hitting me up and saying, when you gonna come back to the show? I'm here, have no fear, say cheers, because the verse is here, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, I am your host, the GOAT, the one that you have vote, the Versa. Oh man, ladies and gentlemen, look, there's so much that has been going on since I've been gone. There's a lot been going on. I mean, what is happening? What is happening up in here, man? I mean, I've been gone for about 4 months now, and then all this whole controversy thing that's going on about Trump. We're gonna get into Charlie Kirk. We're gonna get into Jimmy Kimmel and Stephen Colbert. We also gonna get to Cardi B. We're gonna get to Damon Dash as well. There is so much that Hashtag TheVersaShow needs to catch up because I've been gone for too long. But like I said, have no fear. Grab a beer, say cheers, cuz the verse is here, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, listen, thank you for viewing, and I know it's been a long time, but listen, I'm just so out of words because I've been out for so long, and so much has been going on. As you see, my tattoo sleeve in my back has been done. My tattoo journey, part 1, has been completed, so now we got part 2, so let's just see what's happening, you know what I'm saying? Let's see what's going on with it, you know? We're gonna see what's going on. So anyway, listen, we're gonna go ahead and get into Hashtag TheVersaShow, but, you know, sadly, on the first part of Hashtag TheVersaShow, I'm gonna go ahead and kill my music, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, how's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing well. You know, I know it's been a very long time since we have seen each other, but we're here. You know what I mean? But a lot has been going on since I've been gone. So we're going to try to catch up on some few things. So by that, let's go ahead and get into some news talk, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to start this off with some news talk. Now, you know, people been hitting me up on my DMs, texting me as well. Shout out to the ones that been hitting me up, checking on me. Not a handful, but, you know. Oh, and also, too, sorry if you see the TV in the background switching. I just got a brand new TV, so it's a bigger TV than the last one. So if you see the TV in the background, don't worry about it. The next episode, and there will be a next episode because we only have one episode left until the 100th episode. One episode left, the 100th episode, so... yeah, so that's gonna be fire. That's gonna be dope. I can't wait for that. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, so let's go ahead and get into this. You know what I'm saying? Had to get my instrumentals on. So anyway, Charlie Kirk. Excuse me. Shout out to House of Ink too, man. All right. On September 10th, approximately around 12:33 p.m. Charlie Kirk was on a Utah University college campus. And as usual, as what Charlie Kirk would do is he would go to college campuses and he would debate college students. And, just to let the college kids know that, that college is a scam in his belief, okay? He goes to the Utah University and, as he would do, challenge college university students. And he gets to the part where his last words was members, because he was talking about gun violence, and he's like, gang members, and he was shot in the neck, and it was deceased quickly, and people was asking me like, hey Versa, what do you think about this whole Charlie Kirk situation? Like, what's your take on it? What you feeling on it? And to be honest with you, it's sad. It's very sad. Now, do I agree with the things that he says? No. But, if you hear like a roar in the background, the guy, he's doing his little leaf blower. So he's just blowing. But anyway, hope you can still hear me though. All right. So he, I don't believe in the things that he says. Okay. His statements. All right. Now, with the college, about a college being a scam, maybe so. Maybe so. But when it comes to other things that he says about, the laws, especially gun laws and racism, I don't believe the things on that. I don't stand on that, okay? But violence is not the answer, okay? It is not the answer when it comes to somebody talking on their beliefs, on how they feel. I believe Charlie Kirk should not been shot. Not at all. It's the same way when it goes to Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, John F. Kennedy, Gandhi. From the words of the Black Panthers, and this is so important for me to say this statement out to you guys. I remember a Black Panther member once said that you could kill the messenger, but you can't kill the message. Let me say that again. You could kill the messenger, but you can't kill the message. So Charlie Kirk's message, his statement will forever last forever, because people will clickbait and use them on their platforms and stuff like that. So, his statement and his belief will always run on this earth forever. Now, most people will say like, oh, well, he is spreading hate in the world. But there's a lot of people who are spreading hate. Now, we all know Orange Face, right? He somehow like to spread hate, or trying to make the country better. But who is he as the next person, right? And even though there was 2 assassination attempts on his run, but still, it's just like, and I'm sorry, if the noise get a little loud, he just bear with me, you know what I'm saying? We're back on #TheVersasHow, hot damn it. Which leads me to Jimmy Kimmel being suspended. Everybody's talking about Jimmy Kimmel being suspended from his show that been going on for decades, Now, how do I feel on that? I think that's really wrong from the network aspect, because suspend him for what? What did Jimmy Kimmel say for him to be suspended? That is what I want to know. What did he really say for him to say, hey, listen, we got to suspend this guy because it's going to look bad for us? As much time you have Saturday Night Live, and then you have other networks like, I say this, FN. Y'all get what I'm saying? FN. What do you see out there in the woods that look like a dog, right? And then what do you watch 5 o'clock in the morning? Get what I'm saying? They also spread lies and whatnot. How come their network is not shut down? But when it comes to Stephen Colbert being canceled for what he says about the president, and now Jimmy Kimmel that just pointed out facts about the president, now all of a sudden he's suspended. Obama tweets out that, this is scary for America. So is Don Lemon, saying that this is scary for America. Now, do I really believe it's scary for America? I believe so. I mean, hellfire shooting the UFOs, and now, we can't really use our amendments. What's the purpose of our amendments? If we being assassinated, if we being canceled, if we have to put tape on our mouth, then what's the point of having amendments? Especially when it comes to the Second Amendment, when there's been mass shootings in colleges, high schools. It's sad, man. It's sad. And, we're living in a country here where people from outer countries is coming to the best country in the world, and they got to also say, damn, we thought that it's going to be a better place, but it's not. Don't you think that that's kind of making America look bad? I just feel bad for Jimmy Kimmel, honestly. He does not deserve to be suspended. And to be honest with you, I don't even think Jimmy Kimmel's coming back, to be honest with you. If y'all uplift his suspension, I don't think Jimmy Kimmel's coming back. I think y'all lost him for good. Jimmy Kimmel, if I was you, I would start a podcast and have your own shit to say. A platform where you can't be turned off, you can't be suspended, and can't be, muted. So, to be honest with you, I don't think Jimmy Kimmel's coming back. And Stephen Colbert, you too, start a podcast, man. Listen, I'm just saying, thank God I have a podcast, and I don't want to be canceled myself now. Thank God I have a podcast. And the reason is that when I engage with people, I'm a listener. So I stop and I listen. And then when I talk, I get cut off at times. But here on my podcast, I don't get cut off. Nope. I can say what I want and freely. That's if the First Amendment still applies to the country, to this country. And there's people from out of the country that also love this country. And for them to see it going down in shits, it's devastating to them. It really is. It's devastating to the people that love this country to see how things is running here. People's going to say, oh, well, it's Trump. It was Biden, Obama. Why are we blaming politicians? We are Americans. We should come together. Governors, senators, mayors, come together and say, listen, the president's job is the commander of chief, okay? Operates the armies to make sure that other countries like Russia doesn't come in here and invade and start marching down our streets. That's his job. Mayors, governors, their job is to make sure that their state, their city is safe. Their civilians is safe. Make sure that they got better jobs, better living, their health is intact. To me, that's why I feel like, a proper job, as anyone is in politics, should know their roles. And who knows, Trump is probably doing it so he could get credit the same way some of the president got credit for their work. But it seems like his results to other people is not matching up. And I understand that. So, hey, like I said, we don't need to assassinate anybody because we don't like them and you feel like it's best for the world. Because to tell you the truth, that is not. It's not best for the world. What was best for the world really is let people say what they need to say. Let their voice be heard. regardless you don't like it or not. Let their voice be heard. So rest in peace to Charlie Kirk. Very, again, even when he talked about George Floyd, I don't agree with him at all. I do not agree with him when he talked about George Floyd. But still, at the same time, he should not be assassinated, shot, whoever want to label his death. No. Because all you're doing really is making this country more scared, worried, and cautious. Just to be real. So, my condolences to his family. I even saw a scene where he was about to be on a show or something like that, on a podcast, and then I can see his daughter. She runs up to him. She's like, "Daddy, daddy, daddy, daddy," and he just runs and hugs her, man. And I got emotional off of that. Despite the things that this man said, he's a family man. He had a wife. He had 2 daughters, if I'm not mistaken. And from the daughter's aspect, it's gone. The daughters can only talk about their fathers instead of talking to their fathers, and that goes out to everybody when it comes to gun violence. Because my question is, how come no one really stops and think about the next step on violence? Taking away somebody's family, their lives. You got a life too, and it's like someone that don't really give a shit about their lives. They don't care what the fuck happened to them. Going to jail, if they get shot and killed because retaliation. Like, it's like they don't care. It's crazy. Oh, also too, and the shooter for Charlie Kirk is also, of course, we all know he's in jail. His name is Tyler Robinson. He's 22 years old. His father was the one that told him to turn himself in. So, just crazy, and there was a mass shooting in Colorado. There was another shooting in Boston. So it's ridiculous, man. And I feel sorry for the kids, man. That's the only thing I feel so sorry about. It's just for the children that has to live in this world, knowing that is it safe for tomorrow. You get what I'm saying? So, anyway. Just so sad, man. With Jimmy Kimmel being suspended, like I said, I don't think Jimmy Kimmel's coming back. I don't think he's coming back. I don't care if y'all's like, okay, Jimmy, we're going to have you back on the show now. Your suspension is uplifted. He's not coming back. Y'all should have never done that. Y'all should have stick to your guns. Regardless if it makes your network looks bad, still should have stick to your guns. Should have. But guess what? Now you lost Jimmy Kimmel. And now Trump's talking about getting Jimmy Fallon and some other guy named Seth. I forgot his last names. But he wants them talk show hosts to be gone and done. So, hey, man. It's right now. It's a crazy time in 2025, and we're in September. September trying to roll by so quick. Like September's like, I ain't trying to be part of this. I don't mean to, I'm not trying to laugh on it, but I'm just saying in a funny sense of like it's just mind-boggling to me. It's just so mind-boggling to me. Anyway, we're gonna still stick to some news talk. Once again, and like I said, my condolences to Charlie Kirk. Rest in peace, and, stay strong to Jimmy Kimmel and Stephen Colbert. Y'all stay strong. There's words of once one door closed, another opportunity door opens. So, let's just see what happens between that situation. Anyway, and they're going to have the memorial service on Charlie Kirk on Jimmy Kimmel time slot, too. Anyway, we can still stick to news talk, ladies and gentlemen. Cardi B and Tyron Diggs are having a child. Yeah, so so T Diggs, he's having his child by Offset ex-wife Cardi B. This is Cardi B's fourth child. Her second baby father. How do I feel about it? Hey, listen, I'm happy for Cardi B. That's one thing. But to tell you the truth, I wish it was with Offset, the husband that she married. I wish it was him. But, hey, listen. I have two baby moms, Dominican and Puerto Rican. The Dominican one only has my two kids, and she's like, she don't want no more kids. My second baby mom, who knows, probably has another kid. Because why? Because it just runs in that blood. If she doesn't, surprise the hell out of me. But if she does, not too surprised. Because it's just like, yeah, I mean, duh, So, but anyway, yeah, so shout out to Cardi B, you know what I'm saying? So, congratulations to Cardi B and T Diggs. I didn't know he played for the Patriots. It's been a long time since I've seen football. And listen, I don't want to even get started on sports, you know what I'm saying? Because, I'm still upset with the Yankees. I'm still upset with the Giants. I'm still upset with the Knicks. Oh, the fucking Knicks. We get to the Eastern Conference Finals and then boom, like we just don't do it. But you know what? I was relieved because I'm like, you know what? At least we got our ass kicked by the Pacers than to get our ass kicked by the Thunders. Also, too, shout out to the Oklahoma City Thunders. Shout out to them for winning the championship. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I'm not even gonna get started with sports, But anyway, yeah. So I didn't know he played for the Patriots. I didn't even know that. So, and I know he played for the Bills. I think didn't Diggs went to the Super Bowl with the Bills? Anyway, but hey, man, he with the Patriots. So, shout out to both of them, man. And it's a boy, I believe, too. So, that boy's gonna be something. He's gonna be something. Football player, a rapper. He got options. So, that boy's gonna be something. But anyway, so we're gonna still stick to some news talk here. We haven't switched any gears yet. Dame Dash on the Breakfast Club. Right now, that is blowing up. Everybody talking about Dame Dash. Talking about he's the new chairman, CEO of Revolt TV, and come to find out that he's nowhere near anywhere position on Revolt. He's not even the janitor on Revolt. You know what I'm saying? So, and then him and Charlamagne going back and forth. Him calling him gay and challenging his masculinity, and I'll say this about Dame. I'll be blunt with it. I'll be real with it because Dame Dash is real. He's from Harlem, so he's real, right? So I'll be real too. I'm not from Harlem, but I'm the realest nigga. You know what I'm saying? So to be real, I felt like Dame Dash was just being so childish. To be honest with you, I felt like he's trying to have that mafia persona going on and whatnot. It's funny to me because, he's over here telling Charlamagne, like, yo, I bet my house is bigger than yours. I bet my house is bigger than yours. Like, if Dame Dash would have told me, right, like, yeah, I bet your house is bigger than yours, nigga. That's where you live. You live in here. I would have been like, Dame, hold on. First of all, hold on. Because, he doesn't like to be cut off. It's disrespectful. You're triggering him. So, but I don't give a fuck. If he's on hashtag TheVersaShow, it's my fucking show, okay? So I call the shots. So if I tell you to shut the fuck up while you sitting down, then you gonna shut the fuck up. And now you could just walk out and leave, okay? Don't really give a shit, all right? I would have told Dame Dash, look, bro, first of all right, I don't care if your house is bigger than mine. I don't care if your car is bigger than mine. And I don't care if you have a boat and I don't. Don't give a shit, bro. if I'm living how I'm living, the most important thing is, motherfucker, is that I'm living. Okay? Same way you are. You breathing the same air that I am. So as long as I'm living, homie, as long as I got tomorrow, you're fucked. Because you don't know what I may do. What can happen? That's what I would have said. But Charlamagne, he stood his ground, so, hey. You know, hey. I think he got like 3 million views now because everybody's keep clickbaiting it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you triggered me. You didn't. That's disrespectful. You gay. You know, if you put your cup on the cup holder, that makes you gay. Like, all right, Dame. And then, you know, he's over here challenging Cameron and whatnot. Cameron is like, yo, whatever. And that's another thing too I want to address as well too that I seen. Adrian Bonner gets on. It is what it is, right? Shout out to Cameron and Maze and that beautiful lady too. Adrian Bonner, he gets on the show, and I think he was drunk. He looked drunk, but he gets on the show, and then he's like to the guest host, you know, she is beautiful. She's a beautiful ebony. And he goes, yo, you man, fine, you good. And they trying to get to the subject, and he keeps cutting the subject off and talking about her. And Cameron was like, yo, listen, Adrian, listen, she got a boyfriend. Like, you got to chill with that, man. I'm telling you that the last time. And Adrian's like, I'm cool, you know, I'm cool. And he just kept going to the point Cameron is like, yo, my G, you got to leave. You know, I'm going to pay you for sitting down, but other than that, you got to go. You know, I can't have this. And big respect on Cameron, man. Big respect on Cameron. The respect level. And check this out, too. That's not even Cameron's woman. That's his homie's woman. And he's like, yo, bro, nah. And we all know Cameron. We all, you know, Cameron from the streets. But for him to do that, man, maturity, big ups on Cameron for that. Adrian Bonner, low class, no professionalism, immature. Like, you know, listen, you could have been one of the biggest boxers ever. But there's other boxers right now that's shining you. For example, shout out to the undisputed super middleweight champion of the world, Terrence Bud Crawford. Terrence Bud Crawford has done it. Beat Canelo in a unanimous decision for the undisputed middleweight championship. And also, too, big respects to Crawford, man. I mean, a true champion for giving Canelo his belts back. A true champion, man. True champion. So shout out to him, man. So, yo, Terrence Crawford, man, you know, I'm whipping free Terrence Crawford. So, man, yeah. So he, like, I was telling my boy, shout out to my boy Matt with the hat. You know, shout out to him. I was telling him, I was like, yo, Terrence Crawford, he's gonna win because, yo, he's very smart. And Canelo, after the fight between Canelo and Mayweather, Canelo became a defensive fighter. And I don't know if Terrence Crawford knew that, but all I know is that Terrence Crawford knew that, listen, I'm coming in here and I'm going to square up with him. And then I'm going to switch. And I don't think Canelo is used to that. He's more used to his opponents trying to say, take all your shots, and then I'm going to, you know, gas you out, and now it's my turn. But Terrence Crawford was like, yo, come on, man. Come on. I'm gonna keep getting these points. If you don't really get these points, man, I'm gonna win. And that's exactly what happened, man. It was timing, IQ. It was just speed with Terrence Crawford, strategy. It was like Terrence Crawford was playing chess out there with Canelo. But it was a great fight, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to both warriors for taking some amazing, brutal punishment. And I love the respect that they had, you know what I'm saying? So, for Terrence Crawford giving back the belts. So that's a huge respect on that. But yeah, Terrence Crawford. So anyway, so yes, I think I covered what else I got. Oh yeah, so let me just talk. So let's go ahead and get into some vibe talk, ladies and gentlemen. Vibe talk. So look, all right. I know I've been gone for about months. It's been 4 months now, and I'm here. And I'm gonna do the best in my ability to make as much episodes that I can, okay? And I'm improving the show. As you see, the show has been improving. It looks a lot better. It looks cool. I love it. I dig it. You know what I mean? But I've just been going on my journey. I've been doing photography now. A lot of photography. You could check out some of my photos on Instagram. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram. Like the photos as well too. And you can share it as well too. I don't mind you guys sharing it. I am considered a tattoo model. So, as you see, the tattoos on me, you know what I mean? The tattoos, in the chest and all that. I wish I could show you guys the back, but it's gonna be too much turning around and all that, Pause. No Diddy. But that's another thing, I've been gone. I forgot about the whole Diddy trial, but we covered that another time of the day. But yeah, listen, so I just been on my journey and I've been doing a lot of photography, doing some videos, you know what I'm saying? So, to tell you the truth, to be honest with you, be real with you, depression is a motherfucker, it sucks. But you know what? There's times where I just gotta pick myself up and and just say, hey, I gotta do my thing. Also too, no excuse, this is the real deal. I was gonna do a podcast maybe like 4 weeks ago, but my video, my roadcast video here, it wouldn't start. It wouldn't turn on. So I was like, oh my God. So also too, I'm gonna give a huge shout out to Rodecaster. They fixed my Rodecaster video. So, as you see, we're up and running, gunning, baby. So, but, man, like, I just been doing my thing. You know what I'm saying? Just trying other things out, and I have missed the show. That's why I'm here right now. I miss my podcast. As you see, I elevate the podcast, you know what I'm saying? So things got just a little bit better, so, but other than that, I'm just trying things out. You know what I mean? Just trying things out each and every single day, trying to better myself, improve myself. And I hope you guys doing the same thing, So, but yeah, the journey part 1 is done of the tattoo journey. I might got part 2 coming up. So let's see what happens. You feel me? What I'm saying? Anyway, let's go ahead and wrap this show up because I'm at 33 minutes. Yeah, so let's go ahead and wrap this show up because I'm not trying to hold you guys up because we're trying to get to the 100th episode, and that is next. You know what I'm saying? But it's not going to be too major, not going to be too major, but I'll see what I could do. But anyway, can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Versus final word. Versus final word is real simple and real easy. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, it goes to what I was saying about my journey, all right? And on my Instagram, on one of my photos, I said that, start a journey. And when you start that journey, don't stop, don't quit. Just see where that journey ends up. Because when you stop, quit on your journey, who knows where that journey could have taken you. So if you create your journey, it could be anything. Just try something new. If you never done bowling, just try a bowling journey, and it might not work out. At the end of it, it's just like, okay, it just didn't work out. I'm not saying, I quit. You tried it and it's like, well, all right, it didn't work out. Try something different. Try something new. Try different tactics each and every single day in your life to better yourself. You know what I mean? So create your own journey the way that I did. I started a journey that became amazing. So I hope you guys start a journey as well too that becomes amazing, and you could talk about it as well too. You could talk about your journey. So keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. Start your journey. Don't quit on your journey, and let's see where that journey takes you, because it could take you places that you would never know it could take you. Yeah. And also too, oh God, you know what? That was versus final. Let me just talk about this real quickly, just real fast, okay? So as for my wrestling fans, WWE is going to Saudi Arabia. No, I'm sorry. Is Riyadh? Riyadh, if I'm saying that, Riyadh. So anyway, they're going to Riyadh, and a lot of people are upset about it. How do I feel about it? I feel like they're taking away, the people that from America wants to be part of WrestleMania, but at WrestleMania 47 they can't. Even when they was announcing that WrestleMania 47, 43. Sorry, excuse me, 43, not 47, 43. Because WrestleMania 42 is going to be in Las Vegas again, back to back. Which I felt upset for the fans in New Orleans. They were hoping for WrestleMania to be there. But now, TKO felt like it was more marketing better in Vegas. So they just said, to heck with New Orleans. We just going to go with Vegas again because we made a lot of money. I understand the business aspect. Trust me, I understand the business aspect. But in the fans aspect, it's heartbreaking. It really is. It's heartbreaking. And I'm sorry for the fans. For the business people, they're not sorry. To tell you the truth, they're not sorry. They could care less because they're making the money. So, sorry, fans. Sorry. But anyway, I just want to point that out real quickly to all my wrestling fans out there. And John Cena is going to be in Madison Square Garden in November. I believe it was 13th. It's somewhere on that Monday week. So, I might go see John Cena for the last time. We won't be able to see him for the last time. So, John Cena, shout out to John Cena, man. Yeah. So anyway, but it's just crazy to me what's going on in this world right now. It's just mind-boggling to me. Like I said, I got kids and stuff like that, and I just hope the safety for them. You know what I mean? So anyway, and for you guys too. I just hope the safety for you, for the American citizens as well, and for all the people around the world. In Israel and Italy and France and Ukraine and Russia and North Korea and Japan and China. Thailand, everywhere around the world, United States of America, everywhere, Mexico, Guatemala, Africa, everywhere around the world. I hope everybody's safe and bring love and peace and mild chaos, no violence, but some rock and roll fun. Some rock and roll fun. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, man, I like these instrumentals, man. See, these instrumentals is bumping. All right, so let's go ahead and wrap this show up. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you once again for watching #TheVersaShow. And you make sure that you do these 3 things. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and you press that bell at the same time. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for viewing #TheVersaShow. And I know it's been so long, but you make sure that you go ahead and just subscribe now to the hashtag The Versus Show channel. And look, it's not that hard. All you gotta do is just boop, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Oh, someone down here, I think it's like down there. Whatever. Just subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Also, too, like I said, I'm trying to start this this new thing on Instagram. So, you know, it's like a little taste that's going on, you know, with it. So go to my Instagram. You can follow, like, share on the photos, my photography photos. I'll probably just share it on the B-roll here on, you know, so you guys can have some of the ideas on, you know, the photography that I'm doing. And if you also want some photography, just DM me, just hit me up and I'll get to you, you know, on it. You know what I'm saying? So subscribe to my Instagram. You know what I mean? Just look at It's the Versa and all the photography photos that I have taken. You know, they're pretty fun. I'm starting to love photography. I'm learning and I'm loving it. After the show, after I finish editing the show, I'm gonna get something to eat and then I'm gonna go ahead and just go to YouTube University and study some more photography. You know what I'm saying? So, and I love it. You know what I mean? I love it. So anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go, ladies and gentlemen, because you already know what this is. It's the best podcast around, and I am the Versa. And I see you guys on another episode right here on the hashtag The Versa Show. And trust me, there will be another episode on the 100th episode. I'll see you guys on the 100th episode on hashtag The Versa Show. And God bless, and I thank you guys so much. And you should already know that I gotta leave you with peace into the Middle East. Productions. What's happening, ladies and gentlemen? I thank you for watching the latest episode on hashtag The Versa Show. For more new episodes, you make sure that you like, subscribe, and you press that bell for more new episodes. And if you have any questions to ask to get my intake, my answer on this show, make sure that you add me on Instagram at The Versa. And also, too, can't forget to follow, too, so press that button as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for watching. Until next time, hashtag The Versa Show, the best podcast around.